What's up guys, JV2017 here, and today we're going to talk about how we can all prepare for the Contraptions DLC. It's less than half a day away now, and I know we all want to hit the ground running and make sure that our characters are fully equipped to handle the new content. In this video, I'll share the exact release time of this DLC, the requirements, if any, to access all of the new items, perks you may need, and materials you should definitely stock up on so you can start building ASAP. Let's go ahead and start with the release times. In North America, the release time is 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, and so this applies to the entire continent of North America, so I believe that's Canada as well. And as you move west, you just subtract the hours. So for example, Central Time, it'll be 11 p.m. tonight, and then on the West Coast, Pacific, California, it'll be 9 p.m. The only other release time they have provided is the EU territories, which is 12:01 local time. So wherever you are in Europe, it'll be midnight where you are. And I believe they provided more release times, like extended release times in the past for the rest of the world, but for some reason they didn't provide it this time. And it's pretty much always been midnight local time, and sometimes on PC it's been like 1 a.m. local time. So if you're in a location that's not listed here, you probably want to try midnight your time or 1 a.m. your time. Keep in mind these release times are for consoles. Sometimes on PC, depending where you're living, Steam releases it 1 hour later, so you might have to watch out for that as well. Let's talk about some of the perks that you probably want to bring along for this DLC that'll help you build certain items that may have those requirements. And let's face it, not all of us have maxed out characters, so you might want to use these hours leading up to the DLC's release to go ahead and level up and grab these perks. Now, I'm not here to really spoil a DLC for you guys, even though it is just a workshop DLC, but I have seen videos showing off some of the new items, and they do have perk requirements. And so I'm just going to list a few of them. I don't have a full list or anything like that, but these are definitely perks you want to consider. I'm not going to tell you what they're for, but you probably want to have science. It's a good idea for that because of some of the more complex machinery. I'm sure science is going to be a requirement for a few items there. Gun nut and armor are also things you definitely want to consider because there are certain machines that will require that in order for you to build them, and it's just kind of preliminary rank things. So once again, it's more realistic for you guys to just level up a few times if you don't have gun nut and armor, even though those are some really pretty much streamlined, perks that I think everyone should have. You definitely should grab those. And there's possibly more that are just like that. Some of the things I'm thinking off the top of my head, even though I didn't see them, are Demolition Expert and Heavy Gunner even, for a very specific type of machine that you can build. And so those are some more specialized things if you want to be able to build things that involve those perks. In terms of materials, of course, this is a workshop slash building based DLC. So naturally, we're going to need plenty of materials to build with. And I've just listed all of the building related materials that you can find in the game. So we've got circuitry, concrete, copper, crystal, gears, glass, plastic, rubber, screw, silver, spring, steel, and wood. A lot of these items can be found in local factories really all over the Commonwealth. It's hard to kind of pinpoint exactly one place that's really good to gather all of these things. I mean, if you clear out Corvega and grab as much as possible, you're going to get a lot of these materials right here. Now, I'm not advocating for completely just, not playing the game and, taking shortcuts and whatnot, but I would suggest if you're on console and Xbox One right now to download the Unlimited Crafting Supplies container for complete freedom. That's a mod that gives you pretty much unlimited crafting materials so you can fully explore the $5 that you paid for this without any restrictions, without having to worry about going out into the world and collecting these items. Unfortunately, the jury's still out on PS4 mods, so you guys on PS4 are going to have to probably search a little bit harder to find these materials, at least until we have mods coming, which, it's kind of ETA on that. There's not a lot of time left. I might make another video this week kind of talking about that and talking about what Bethesda said about it so far. But I do suggest downloading this mod. In the description below, I've left a link to the Xbox One console version of Unlimited Crafting Supplies container for complete freedom and exploration of this DLC. Now that's pretty much all I can do to help you guys prepare for this DLC, but I do have a little bit more information that I neglected to cover in my Contraptions details video a few days ago. And that's the Bethesda post that kind of adds a little bit more information just to get you guys excited and ready for the DLC. So on the official post, which was made June 12th, right when the DLC was announced at E3, we have this little blurb that says, "Machines sort, machines build, machines combine. With Fallout 4 contraptions, use conveyor belts, scaffolding kits, track kits, even logic gates to construct crazy and complex gadgets to improve your wasteland settlements. The Contraptions Workshop also includes all new features like elevators, greenhouse kits, warehouse kits, fireworks, armor racks, and more." So the new information that we can kind of get out of that is that we're going to have machines that allow us to sort the items that we're creating, which is really cool. So there's going to be some really complex kind of conveyor belt systems where we can create lots of items and then sort them out, which is awesome. Of course, we have machines that build. We already know that there's some sort of item called the builder that just builds miscellaneous items that we can choose, and also machines that combine. So maybe we can create different parts, combine them together to make new items. I think that would be really interesting. We also have the mentioning of logic gates, which I can only assume are the little gates that the balls pass through in the track kit on the trailer. And so maybe we can connect a terminal to kind of give some sort of logic for passing through that gate, some kind of command for other, gadgets and crazy complex things we're building with all of this DLC. The last few new things I noticed were greenhouse kits and also fireworks. And so we're going to be able to use fireworks somehow. I'm sure Demolition Expert will be needed for like really top tier ones. I hope it's not just a baseline entry requirement for creating fireworks, but greenhouse kits, that's interesting. I wonder what the application of that is. Maybe it's just cosmetic, or maybe it helps our plants grow quicker, or maybe they're just better versions of plants, or once again, just could be cosmetic. So that's really all I have to share in this video. I'd like to hear from you guys. How are you preparing for the Contraptions DLC, and what will you build first? What is your first thing you're planning on building? We know we have a lot of machinery, and we're definitely going to be creating some new items, and so share what you're planning to do in the comments below. Alright guys, today we looked at how to prepare for the upcoming Contraptions DLC pack for Fallout 4. Next time we will cover more Fallout on my channel, so stay tuned for Fallout 4 tips and tricks videos. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button. I would really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe for more DLC coverage, my survival mode live streams, Bethesda.net mods, and general tips and tricks videos. Talk to you guys next time. Peace!